The last hearing, I mentioned that it was the 52nd day of hearing. Today will be the 53rd. We have to make some correction in that regard for today's hearing. So therefore, today marks the 53rd day of hearing of this Commission of Inquiry. We have progressed very well. We have traveled to this date since the commissioning of the Commission of Inquiry of Motukea. Although there's a bit of delays that we experience, but to put this experience in terms of metaphor, we have progressed very well. Although when the storm hit, we did not decide to leave, but we continue to progress onward because it is important for this country and for the 10 million people of this country that are also watching via live stream this morning. So once again, I welcome you all again this morning. It's been quite tough to a certain extent. And again, I'd like to make mention of our service provider who are doing a tremendous job in getting the technical stuff in place for this live stream. And for those who are watching us this morning and who are keen followers of this Commission of Inquiry, I also welcome you all as you're watching either at home or at your workplace. We have agenda items based on our daily diary this morning. But before we deal with them, I'll take a counsel to go through with us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Commissioner, 39 matters listed for this morning. 38 of them relate to summonses. There is one application for leave that we will not be objecting to, Commissioner, but we'll deal with that in due course. Now, Commissioner, essentially for today, there were a number of primary summonses that were returnable for purposes of cross-examination of witnesses that related to evidence that was tendered more recently, more particularly the affidavit of the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Now, since that time, we have engaged with two of the interested persons in respect of matters that they wish to raise with the Prime Minister. We're in the process of engaging with them to either resolve those matters. We have received correspondence late as of yesterday, and we hope to resolve those matters by the next return date, Commissioner. But in the event that we are not able to, we will obviously have to have a hearing in respect of those matters that they seek or have made request of the Commission for purposes of cross-examining certain witnesses, including the Prime Minister, Commissioner. Now, if I can then now turn to the matters on the list, Commissioner. The first item is the summons relating to summons number 21, issued to the Prime Minister, Honorable James Marape. Commissioner, just in terms of that summons, I spoke with the lawyer for the Prime Minister, Mr. McRonald Nala, just this morning. Unfortunately, the Prime Minister, you'll recall, indicated that he had to attend APEC meeting tomorrow. As a result of that, he had to actually fly out this morning, or rather today, and is preparing for that meeting. So the Prime Minister is unavailable for that reason. So even if we were even if we were prepared to deal with the matters this morning in relation to his evidence, Commissioner, the Prime Minister is simply not available. So for that reason, it is submitted that summons number 21 should be extended and adjourned to Tuesday, the 22nd of November at 10 a.m. for hearing.
Yes, thank you, Council. Sometimes it can be unavoidable when the situation arises in these circumstances. And therefore, the reasons are quite clear for summons number 21. Therefore, in considering that, the Commission directs that summons number 21 dated 17 March 2022, issued to Prime Minister Honorable James Marape, is now further extended to Tuesday, the 22nd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for hearing. Dated this 15th day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, what I propose to do is to now mention item number 39. That is essentially a leave application by Mr. Kennedy Kevin, yes, Land Chief of Naurina Clan. Commissioner, as I indicated earlier, we have no objections to that application, but perhaps if I can allow Mr. Kevin to formally announce his appearance this morning.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner and Council. If Commission pleases, I would like to make my appearance for this Honorable Commission. I am Kennedy Kevin, the next of kin Land Chief of Kerenrarua. I stand on behalf of myself and all direct descendants of Waigoraseno, of Naurina Clan, Tatana Village. Thank you.
Thank you.
Earlier, the Commission has no objection. Well, we have no objection to the application by Mr. Kennedy Kevin, and in that regard, we submit that the Commission make a direction that Mr. Kennedy Kevin, Land Chief of Naurina Clan, Tatana Village, be granted leave to appear with any legal representative in relation to amended term of reference 1, paragraph D, subparagraph quadruple D. Those are submissions, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. I'm satisfied with that. And therefore, in respect to leave application number 12, the Commission directs that Mr. Kennedy Kevin, Land Chief of Naurina Clan, Tatana Village, is granted leave to appear with any legal representatives in relation to amended terms of reference, paragraph D, bracket DDDD, dated this 15th day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Mr. Commission, please. If Mr. Kevin could be excused, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Kevin, for making your time available this morning. You can be excused from the table. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Commissioner, what I propose to do now is to mention agenda items number 2 and 3, and essentially have those adjourned together with the other summonses. My friend, Mr. Varitimos Casey, I understand is online, so perhaps if I could allow my friend to formally enter his appearance in respect of agenda items number 2 and 3, Commissioner. As well as my friend, Mr. Wood. I beg your pardon.
Thank you, Councillor Sisting. Mr. Commissioner, I appear Varitimos, spelled V-A-R-I-T-I-M-O-S.
Yes.
Initials M.M. I appear with my learned friend, Mr. D. Wood, W-O-O-D, and R. Tevlone, Tevlone, as my learned friend Mr. Guerrero mentioned, for Curtin Brothers Holdings, NG Limited, and Ballymore Number 39 Limited, particularly in respect of the summonses issued directed to both companies returnable today, noting they are listed for mention only. The Commission pleases. And I understand that Council Sisting intends to adjourn those off, I think, for mention on another date.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, so that is the position, Commissioner, and I've spoken with both my friends earlier this morning, confirming that. So simply, Commissioner, in respect of both those summonses numbered 3 and 4, they could be both extended to Tuesday, 22nd November at 10 a.m. for mention, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. As you say, morning, Veritimus. Good to be here again this morning. Yes, in consideration to that, the Commission directs that summons number 3 and 4, that is dated 10 December 2021, issued to Curtin Brothers Holdings NG Limited, is extended to Tuesday, the 22nd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention, dated this 15th day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Similarly, with summons number 4 dated 10 December 2021, issued to Ballymore number 39 Limited, is extended to Tuesday, the 22nd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention, dated this 15th day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you.
The Commission pleases.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now that leaves us with the balance of the matters on the list, Commissioner. The two...
Councillor Sisting, could I just raise...
Yes.
Could I just please raise one matter which has been raised with Councillor Sisting, consistent with what my learned friend said this morning, namely that in relation to the evidence of the Prime Minister, there has been correspondence between Ashurst and Councillor Sisting. My clients are keen to ensure that the Commission is as streamlined as possible and does not wish to unnecessarily cross-examine witnesses, noting that there's a timetable for the Commission to provide its report by the 16th of December and noting the roadmap of the Commission. Of course, my client requires to be provided with natural justice and procedural fairness. To that extent, certain communications and letters have been written to the Commission and Council Sisting, subject, and hopefully it can be resolved, if certain documents are provided as requested and further communications can be had with Council Sisting are provided, then it may avert any cross-examination of the Prime Minister being required. But my client requires natural justice and procedural fairness. We're reasonably hopeful that from our side we can reach agreement with Council Sisting for the production of documents to avoid unnecessary cross-examination. So I just wanted to put that on the record, if the Commission pleases, that hopefully we can resolve the issue with Council Sisting, and after the hearing today we can have more communications with Council Sisting to try and help streamline the process. But of course our client reserves all their rights to ensure that it's afforded natural justice and procedural fairness. I just want to place that on the record. So we're hopeful that we can reach agreement with Council Sisting. So I just wanted to mention that, consistent with what Council Sisting had indicated to you, Mr. Commissioner. I hope that is helpful.
Thank you, Commissioner. And further to Mr. Further to Mr. Vertimos's comments, we have provided our friend Mr. Guerrero yesterday 2 affidavits, affidavits of Lubia Evore, sworn on the 14th of October this year and the 14th of November this year. I spoke prior to the Commission hearing this morning with my friend Mr. Guerrero. He obviously needs time to look at those affidavits, but depending on what response, if any, we receive from Council Sisting this week, it may very well be the case that we'll be seeking to tender those affidavits into evidence next week, next Tuesday, together with our 2 covering letters of 14 November, just for noting for the Commission.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Council?
Yes, Commissioner, that was essentially what I had summarised to the Commission earlier.
Yes.
So my friends have obviously just indicated that position. It doesn't deviate from what I mentioned earlier. They're simply stating what they wish to stay in terms of the record. But other than that, Commissioner, there's no issue to what my friends have mentioned. Hence the indication earlier when I opened that matters would be adjourned to the 22nd. So hopefully if we're able to resolve those matters by then obviously that will make it much more easy in terms of how we proceed with the hearing next week as foreshadowed. Other than that, Commissioner, I propose to move on to the balance of the matters on the diary for this morning, Commissioner. And those essentially will be adjourned for the reasons I've mentioned earlier. I know to Mr. Gabriel Michael, who is not in attendance this morning, but he is in Hagen. He has confirmed his availability for the 22nd. And Mr. Kilapat, who was here this morning, and he was informed about the matters being put off to the 22nd, Commissioner. So for those reasons, Commissioner, we submit that the balance of the matters on the list be adjourned also to the 22nd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for hearing. That is the position, Commissioner.
Thank you, Councillor. Just in relation to Mr. Vorotimos, yes, you mentioned about the date on December that is coming close. We will do our very best to try and get all those issues that needs to be resolved, as clearly indicated by the Council. And comes Tuesday next week, we'll ensure that we'll have time to go through with that. That's on the position that the Commission sees fit to address this morning. In consideration to the other matters listed for this morning, the Commission directs that all agenda items, excluding agenda items number 1, 2, 3, and 39 that appear on the daily diary, all other matters are now further extended to Tuesday, the 22nd of November 2022 at 10 a.m. for hearing. Dated is 15th day of November 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Other matters, Commissioner. So if I could submit that the proceedings be adjourned.
Thank you, Council. Just my last remarks before we return back on the 22nd. Times are running out faster than when we least expected. We need to deal with a lot of issues that is before us. And I know with the exhibits that have been adduced to the Commission as evidence, still needs to be cross-examined. And I know it raises a lot of tension insofar the Commission is concerned. I appeal to the conscience that when you come prepared next week, we need to get these things in order. We cannot leave things that are not being looked at, and where it requires everyone to put their heads together, we need to do that comes next week. I know there's conflicting information on certain statement that has been adduced to the Commission so far. But the question that the Commission will now raise is, are these statements follow the criteria of truth that we need to come up with? And I'm very concerned about the way this commission is addressing issues because based on the extended terms of reference and the questions that have been raised, we need to provide proper evaluation and proper examination on the statement that is being addressed. And then we have to provide reasons for that and to make sure that it guides us to the finality of this commission of inquiry. And I'm adamant that it needs the concentration and the effort by everyone that have been summoned to this commission of inquiry. Without the support and the evidence that you give to this commission of inquiry, we could not have completed this. But I'm sure that with the right conscience and the approach that you take into this commission of inquiry, I am sure that we will come out to address what has been stated as per the terms of reference that I'm standing on. It is very important. Not only important, but it addressed the issue that we must do it right. That's the position that as commissioner I'm taking to this commission of inquiry. We cannot assume this and we cannot assume that. But the main point is that we have to come up with what is correct and what is the truth about the whole thing of this commission of inquiry. I'm looking forward to Tuesday next week, and I'm sure that when you come, you'll be more prepared, and we will sort out some of those issues that are now being addressed this morning so that we're in a right frame of mind when we come and we can deal with that together. With that, I don't have any other thing to go on with this morning. Now we'll call upon the associate to adjourn all the matters to the 22nd of November 2023, that's on Tuesday. So until we come back on the date, look after yourself. Take care. Until I see you again, thank you.